Boys, high school is arguably one of the most important times for us as students, as it prepares us for our adult life and careers. It is indisputable that we must be performing to our highest potential throughout these 6 years. But what if I told you that isn't currently possible? You probably wouldn't believe me, but evidence suggests that students' learning abilities are currently restricted, and a large contributor is the times that schools start. Although this may not always be the case, studies suggest that later start times are beneficial for both students and teachers. But why is it beneficial? Well, for starters, students are given ample time to get the recommended amount of sleep while juggling various activities, and ample sleep is beneficial for mental as well as physical health. Countless studies conducted by a multitude of Australian universities have evident results that show sleep as one of the largest factors of mental well-being in adolescents. And although sleep is a great contributor, recent surveys conducted suggest that Australian teens are sleeping 5 to 7 hours on average compared to the recommended 9 hours. Adolescents aren't getting the recommended amount of sleep for multiple reasons. For few, the reason may be that they just want to sleep later, but that is not usually the case. When presented with the question, why do you think that adolescents don't get enough sleep? The answer is clear to a high school student. It is extremely difficult to juggle completing homework to a high standard, as well as extracurricular activities, whilst maintaining the recommended 9 hours of sleep. In result, their sleep takes a toll. Research has proven that the toll to your sleep results in a toll to your mental health. You start becoming forgetful and start to easily lose focus, and overall, your ability to be productive decreases. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound too good in an environment where you're supposed to be intaking information every day. Although these risks are highly impactful in a learning environment, there are more risks that can go beyond our high school education. What a lot of people don't realize is, with sleep deprivation, there are a lot of risks. There is a strong link between sleep and our health. Endless studies have shown that there is a link between sleep deprivation and chronic diseases as well. There is more than enough evidence that proves the strong link between sleep deprivation and elevated blood pressure, heart diseases, diabetes, and depression, to name a few. And shouldn't schools be valuing overall adolescent well-being? Unlike mental effects listed previously, chronic diseases are long-lasting and can continue for years. Therefore, the switch to a later start time for schools would be healthier and potentially life-saving. Now, although there are a lot of positive side effects to school starting later, it might not be the best change for everyone. For example, the shift to later start times may be challenging for working families whose lives revolve around a 9 to 5 schedule. Parents who drop their children off at school before heading off to work could be heavily affected by the transition, but it can allow the teens to develop new skills such as independence and organization. In conclusion, the current starting time for schools are not ideal for adolescent well-being. If the way schools are operating currently are limiting students' learning ability as well as their mental and physical health, wouldn't it just make sense to make the shift? Or is student well-being no longer the priority? Thank you for listening.